Hey y'all, what's up? I'm Mimi, aka the Piscean Seer, and this is one of your daily collective messages. Like, and subscribe if you get anything out of this. Thank you so very much to those of you who do like, subscribe, and comment. It is always and forever going to be loved and appreciated. God, archangels, ancestors, ascended masters, cosmic guides, all things of the highest and purest white light only, with the best interest of me and the collective at heart. You are always and forever welcome into my readings, okay? Please give my wonderful, fabulous, and amazing Piscean Seer family the best and most accurate information for them at this time, okay? Welcome to any new subscribers. Welcome back to my beautiful subscribers who are already here. I love and appreciate each and every single one of you guys, really and truly. Thank you so much for all that you do for the channel. It is so appreciated, okay? So, this is an Archangel Gabriel message. So I started feeling like really anxious, okay, when I push record, okay? Your anxiety could be a little bit boosted at this time, okay? But just don't worry about anything, okay? Like, try to find something constructive to do in order to ease that anxiety that you may be experiencing, okay? It'll pass very quickly if you put your mind on something else, okay? Yeah, you could be feeling anxious because there could be certain secrets being revealed to you at this time, maybe things that you were showing a little bit of resistance to seeing, okay? We got 22, which is the number 4, and we got 36, which is the number 9, okay? So you could have recently just closed some sort of cycle. And it's a good thing, okay? It might be having you feel a little bit anxious to know the truth or to know whatever it is that Spirit just recently showed you, but it is for your highest good is what I'm hearing, okay? This is for your highest good, so please do not worry yourself, okay? Queen of Sheba is on the Secrets Revealed card, okay? It says, in the Bible, wealthy Queen of Sheba brings a caravan of gifts to King Solomon. The Ethiopian holy book reveals that she was either Queen Makeda or that together they sired King Menelik the First. My bad, and, okay? It says and that together they sired a child named King Menelik the First. Okay, so it says, open your eyes, secrets are being revealed. It is safe for you to see the truth. Your inner vision is crystal clear. You don't know what you don't know. Your creator, ancestors, angels, spirits, and ascended masters are whispering to you. This is divine intelligence. Pay close attention. There are things you do not let yourself see. Allow yourself to be guided and choose your own path, okay? So the goddess declaration says, I am connected to the divine, okay? You are so connected to the divine. Everything that they show you, every secret that is revealed to you, okay? It's important that you see those things. It's never with the intention to hurt you or never with the intention, to make you feel anxiety or to make you worry or to make you cry, You do experience those things sometimes, but it's like in those tears, in that worry, in that anxiety that you build up the strength to work through, you pull so much light from those experiences, okay? So if you are experiencing anything like that, okay, just know that like it's gonna pass, like I said, and the things that you're seeing are things that need to be seen. So we got Gang Sera on the resistance card, okay? It says Shadow Goddess Gang Sera is the Witch of the Golden Lane, blue in Tobago. Okay, so Gang Sera, the Witch of the Golden Lane, blew into Tobago on a determined breeze from West Africa to emancipate her family, okay? So Spirit is always going to emancipate you. They're always going to free you from any negative or lower vibrational energy that wishes to enter into your life or wishes to surround you. They always going to correct you when you out here flirting with the ops, okay? They're always going to exercise any and all negative vibrational energy out of your life that does not belong there, okay? It says you are sacred. My bad. You are sacred for sure, but it says you are scared that you're going to mess it all up. You may have stumbled, but this is a new day. Learn to show up for yourself, okay? It says you ghost your own dreams and resist your own magic. Stop holding back, worrying, and pretending to seek perfection that will never come. Okay, it says when it comes to you stepping into your greatness, resistance keeps you stuck. Resistance blocks growth, creativity, and evolution. Resistance may look like procrastination, laziness, disorganization, excuses, or a lack of motivation. But there are deeper forces at play. You are resisting the force you really are, okay? It says, this is me, I show up, okay? So don't be afraid to be your amazing and beautiful, authentic self, okay? Show up for yourself. Stop holding back and stop worrying about the way that things are about to go. You know, this could be why your anxiety is heightened, okay? What's going on the outside of them? What's being revealed? We got getting one's just desserts, okay? What else? We got focused on you, okay? So I guess, first of all, the people that are paying attention to you with negative intentions are absolutely being revealed, okay? Nothing is a secret to you right now, okay? So pay attention to everything. I can't get the glare off of this one. Okay, that's good. So, focus on and pay attention to everything that spirit is showing you at this time, okay? Like now is the time for you to get your just desserts, for you to get what it is that you deserve, you know, for you to get the things that you've been working so hard toward accomplishing, okay? So it's like you got a lot of people focused on you because of that, you know, like people who feel like they are entitled in some sort of way to your blessings, okay? Could be people that are missing you, okay? We got karmic claiming territory and surprise pregnancy. I hope this ain't more X energy. X could be involved, but I feel like people just feel like you're going to fall for anything, you know? I don't want to like I'm feeling the energy not to cling to the X energy, you know, like just to keep it general, okay? So it's like these people around you, they think that you're gullible, okay? That you just fall for anything and it's just so easy, you know? And it's like, I don't know, people get really intimidated by you. They think like, I don't know, like you supposed, like you just trying to do something to them, you know? We got STD doctor visits, okay? We got getting your piece of the pie, okay? So like I said, people feel like they supposed to get some sort of piece of the pie off of you, okay? Like they supposed to get what it is that's for you, okay? But you wasn't born yesterday, okay? People are very thankful, very grateful when you come into their life, but you choose to make mature decisions, you know? So it leaves them in a place where they can only watch you from afar and try to manifest you, okay? Somebody spying and keeping tabs on you. I heard a lot of people, okay? It's a lot of people spying and keeping tabs on you and paying a lot of attention to you because they're in their ego and they can't really come toward you in that energy, okay? And if they do, it's only for a little bit. So don't be anxious and don't worry, you know. Continue to have this beautiful faith that you have because there's some actual money coming in, some manifestations that you've been working on creating coming into your life, you know. And in order for those things to really truly come in and roll in the way that they need to, you need the veil to be removed. You need everything to be revealed to you. There's some love spell energy, okay? A thief could have been trying to do some sort of love spell on you. Why? That came out of Archangel Michael's reading too. What else? We got work, labor, and efforts, okay? So it's like, you know, I feel like you're putting in a lot of work, you know. You've been really stepping up to the plate and really just operating on faith, really stepping out there. And that has the ability to have your anxiety through the roof, okay? I heard Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Pisces, Aquarius. Yeah, we got bliss, okay? So now's the time for you to step into this energy of bliss with all of this hard work that you've been doing. Your faith really truly is paying off, you know? So just focus on getting your just desserts, you know? Take the truth that gets revealed to you and transmute that, you know, use it. Use it for your highest good. Use it, express it in a way that helps other people grow from your experiences or from the things that you've been through, okay? What's faith in actual money? We got mentally and emotionally unstable, okay? So the people that are focused on you, they're very mentally and emotionally unstable because you're of high honor and you're unbothered by the things that they're trying to do in your life, or by this negativity, and also they're very mentally and emotionally unstable because like you seem to know everything, you know what they get up to behind the scenes, like nothing really surprises you, and you don't react in the ways that they want you to react because you know that you're manifesting something very big and you don't have time to bring yourself down out of that beautiful high vibration that you're in order to entertain any of the bullshit. What's the veil? Work, labor, and efforts. We got the star seed, okay? You're a star seed, baby. So you get to see any and everything, okay? One of my beautiful star seers, okay? That's what you are. You're a star seer, my love. Like, not only are you like tapped into these universal energies, but it's like you really trust that God energy that's within you. You trust the things that you see, or you need to trust the things that you're seeing at this time a little bit more. And don't go into that place where you're questioning yourself, where you're like, am I even psychic, like, am I even seeing the things in the right way? What's work, labor, and efforts and bliss? We got divine masculine, okay? And we got single, sexy, and successful, okay? So there could be a single, sexy, and successful divine partner trying to come in at this time, okay? Like, I feel like they really have their eye on you too, and that's what I'm saying, There's people that are focused on you because they're jealous and they're envious. There are people that are focused on you because they're not with you anymore and they wish they could be with you. There are people that are concerned that you're going to get with somebody new, okay? There are people that are concerned that you're going to be successful. There are people that are concerned that you're going to leave them behind before they get the chance to grow and expand. It's like a lot of people are very worried about this path that you've chosen to walk, okay? Somebody could be getting these flying monkeys, or could be facing some sort of legal issues for trying to play games in your life, and it's like tried and true, your energy is tried and true. It's like it don't matter how much people try you, you still come out as the truth on the other side of things, okay? No matter how many false narratives they try to spread about you in these streets, you still sit in your divinity, okay? You still stand tall, follow your north node, and find a way to ascend through it all, okay? Somebody been hiring a high priest, okay? Somebody in the community, multiple people in the community, they want you to stop everything you do, okay? But you're still getting this unexpected money no matter what kind of abuse they try to throw at you, because you're open to change, okay? And like the energies of lust and these lower vibrational energies, they really don't affect you as much as they would affect the people who are sending them. Excuse me, that's confirmation. So you're extremely safe, okay? You're in an energy where you have received this victory, okay? Like, you're victorious. And also, like, I don't know, it's like people are really seeing this beautiful energy on you, okay? Yeah, look at this, the wish fulfillment, okay? The Nine of Cups, trying his hardest to get out. That shit was trying to escape the deck, okay, baby? Because that's how your wish fulfillment is coming toward you, okay? It's coming toward you rapidly, okay? Like, nothing can stop that wish fulfillment from getting into your energy, just like I couldn't stop that wish fulfillment from coming out the deck, and the way that she has her arms crossed, because sometimes people look at the Nine of Cups as like a selfish energy, right? Keeping it all to yourself. But I think you're being called to keep it all to yourself while things are still being revealed to you, not to like just be stingy or selfish for the rest of your life. But I feel like these just desserts that are coming into you, this is why people are focused on you, so they could come around with these sob stories, like, and like tug at your heartstrings and try to get you to help them or to save them in some sort of way, okay? Cancer could be significant. What's actual money, high honor, and manifestation? We got the Lovers, okay? So you're in a place of balance, okay? In a place of wholeness. Loving yourself unconditionally. And that's what makes you high honor. That you're constantly working on yourself, right? Constantly going into your shadows whenever you experience this energy of resistance. or in some cases you're needing to do that a little bit more. But it's none of this, nothing is stopping your wish fulfillment from coming. Like, Archangel Gabriel said already. I feel like it's important that you just communicate clearly at this time and try not to judge yourself too hard, even if you are in a state of anxiety or you don't really know what's coming next. What's manifestation, the veil, and unbothered? Gemini could also be significant. We got the Ace of Cups, okay? Your cup is overflowing. So remain unbothered. The more unbothered you are, the more your cup overflows. The more people are able to see that beautiful power within you, and the less they're able to hide whatever it is that they're hiding from this mentally and emotionally unstable place. What's the veil? Work, labor, and efforts, and the starseed. We got the Three of Cups, okay? So now is the time for you to have this beautiful time of celebration because of all the work and crying, all the work and all the tears and all the sweat and all the blood you didn't put into your divine journey. I feel like this has not been an easy journey. And this is why people are like watching you. They're so interested in you. He's showing me like, a little lizard in a cage or something like this, okay? You can have a lizard, okay? Or you could be around one. But it's showing me like a little lizard in a cage, where people just look at it, because it's so interesting. It's like something that they've never seen, and they're just like observing it, and they just think it's really cool, and it's like, it's looking at me, like people really love to get attention from you and things like that, but they think that you're like something to play with, or you're like, a pet to have, like some people look at you like you're their just desserts, like they deserve you or they deserve access to your energy, and they just really don't, okay? What's work, labor, and efforts, divine masculine bliss, and single, sexy, and successful? We got the Hanged One, okay? So somebody has become very aware that they need you. Okay? Like they can have anyone that they want, I think, but they just really want you, okay? And they are focused on you in the best way. It's like every time I come back to that energy, it's almost like I can feel my vibration rise. This person could be very, very high vibrational. I think this person spends a lot of time in hermit mode, really getting to know themselves, really focusing on their own healing. And this is what you really need in your journey if you're going to have somebody else in your life. But I think there are a lot of things that still need to be revealed to you before you run into that love energy. What's the Nine of Cups and the Lovers? Whoa, we got the Ace of Wands, okay? But it's kind of in reverse, okay? It came out like this, but I went like that to show it to you, okay? So we're gonna have it in reverse, okay? These mentally and emotionally unstable people who are focused on you, they're not getting a new beginning. They're very aware of that too. They feel like, it's a thumbs down. It's like they're judging themselves harshly too, like if they're asked to, to judge themselves, they're like, like, no, I suck, like this. These are people who feel like they need other people to validate them or other people to make them feel good about themselves. Let me get more on the Ace of Wands in reverse and the mentally, emotionally unstable. We got the Sun, okay? So this is people who are being exposed at this time in some sort of way. Exposed for trying to stop your forward movement, trying to be an obstacle in your past. That's the whole reason why they mentally and emotionally unstable and feeling real burdened because, hello, you're very strong, okay? When they come for you, they come for the wrong one, and you have no problem releasing people, places, and situations that don't serve you, okay? Leo, Sagittarius, okay? Cancer, again. Pisces, energy is out here too. What's high honor and unbothered? We got the Death card, okay? So it's a passionate new beginning for you, like I said, okay? You've transitioned already into this high honor, unbothered energy, and there's no going back, okay? Like there's no reverting to who you used to be. And I think people really want you to. Like they want you to just like take a step back, go back to when you was like, not really caring about too much, where you were, not as serious about taking care of your body or focusing on the right things in life, because it was much easier for them to take advantage of you or to distract you or to bring some hurt and pain into your life and have that stick for years. Like, that's not working anymore. And like I said already, you're seeing right through them. You're seeing through the bullshit. All the secrets are being revealed to you at this time. So it's really dumb to try you. What's Ace of Cups and the Three of Cups? And all this angelic protection that you have is amazing. Okay, we got the Page of Wands, okay? So I feel like new things could be happening when it comes to, first of all, when it comes to your spiritual life, okay? Your gifts could be advancing, okay? They could be growing. You could be stepping more into this leader type of energy, you know, and you're just seeing through all the illusions, everything that goes on. There could be some sort of good tower that you're going through at this time that is detaching you from some sort of energy that maybe you could have been holding on to, maybe some energy that could have been having you confused, okay? And with the moon, you're getting like, you know, all the information about it at this time, okay? But I was saying there's also new things happening in your career, in the things that you're passionate about, you know, fresh opportunities. And you're like, you're like, you know, very innovative, you know, you could do amazing things that people really aren't aware that you are able to do when they first come into contact with you, you know. But I feel like your angelic guidance just really works that way, you know, like they don't want people to know all of the things that you could do. They don't really want people to know how successful you're about to be. Because if they did, then they would really be focused on you. Like, they have no idea what's really truly to come for you. They've only heard a piece of it from them little readers and shit they be going to. What's the Three of Cups and the Hanged One? We got the Star, okay? They have no idea where you meant to go and what's meant to happen for you, okay? So Aquarius energy is also highly significant. Yeah. And justice, like balance. This is what's happening. Like, there's this ultimate balance being restored in your life at this time, okay? And everybody's watching. I'm hearing everyone's watching. What's the Nine of Cups? The Lovers. And what was it? The Ace of Wands in reverse. We got grief, okay? So these people are in the energy of grief. It's like they know intuitively that they need to grieve the loss of you already before you even went anywhere. They are grieving you, okay? Because you finna be, I heard, taking trips, okay? You finna be traveling. You finna move to a different location. You finna be real out of touch with these people that are so focused on you, you know? Like, they don't know what they're gonna do when they're not able to like look at you or able to like get into your energy or able to like watch you the way that they're watching you. What's the Lovers, the Death card, and the Ace of Cups? We got distance, okay? Well, hello? Your angel guides are finna help you to put distance between you and these people so that you can really truly enjoy the just desserts that you have, you know? They're not about to allow anyone who is resisting their relationship with God to be around and benefit from you and all the hard work that you put into to get these rewards, you know, into yourself and into your life to get these rewards from God, you know? Like, where they do that at? How you gonna benefit from the things that I worked hard with God to create, but refuse to work with God to create your own things? What's the Ace of Cups, the Three of Cups, and the Page of Wands? We got memory, okay? Back down memory lane, okay? People are going down memory lane, you know, thinking about you, remembering how you are and how you really dealt with them, you know. I think people were judging you very harshly at first, you know, but now they're starting to come to a realization of why you move the way that you move. Because they're becoming very aware that their secrets get revealed to you if the minute they try to play you. It's like the minute people try to play you, you know. And you call that shit out sometimes, and it surprises the fuck out of people. They don't understand, how do you do that? How do you know? Like, I'm psychic. That's the energy, like getting real close to their face and being like, I'm psychic, okay? It's not a fucking game. It's not an act, okay? It's just for real. Like, I really do hear from the divine everything y'all be up to. It's not a game. And people just don't understand that shit. They think that it's fake, you know, that this is just the thing that's popular right now. And that, you know, we just out here doing anything for cloud life. fuck that. Like, don't project, okay? What's the other Three of Cups, the Hanged One, and the Star, okay? We got survival, okay? So, like, people want to know, how did you get out of survival mode? Like, how are you growing and thriving the way that you are? Like, why you looking so sexy? And what time you gonna be successful? Because I'm trying to wait, but I got other star seeds and other energies that I'm trying to drain at the same time that I'm trying to drain you. You finna save, you saving so many people. You saving so many people just by taking these energies down, you know? Just by handling these mentally and emotionally unstable people, just by remaining unbothered, you helping so many other energies. What's grief and distance? Yeah, with your gifts, baby. Okay? Just by exercising these gifts the way that you do, calling people out when you need to, you know, you saving so many other energies from these nasty energies that are trying to stay focused on you and other people who are of a divine nature. What's distance and memory? The wrath, okay, and upheaval. So these people are about to experience the wrath of God for coming for you because you're totally unbothered. You're high honor. You're a star seed. You do what you're supposed to do. Yeah, it's total upheaval. Or it's the wrath because they tried to cause this upheaval in your life, okay? And that is not allowed. They was curious. They had to try to do it. They had to try to come in and throw some sort of illusion at you, okay? The community, okay? They trying their hardest to get you trapped under some sort of illusion, to get you to trauma bond with some trauma that you already healed from. Or to try to attach to some sort of trauma that they feel should be within you because of something that they've done to you recently, you know? And that's why this resistance energy, you know? Don't resist doing the shadow work or healing whatever it is that needs to be healed right then and there, you know, or right after that shit happens. Check in with the divine. Start praying. Start praying for the truth. Start praying for the revelation. Because it comes, you know. You get the intuitive nudges, yeah. But then after that, Spirit give you all the little nasty, dirty details of people and everything that they really was up to and everything that they really was doing. What was the real point of the situation? And don't doubt the information when you get it, because it's real clear and it's real honest right now, okay? Yeah, we got exposed when I part the deck, okay? Spirit is exposing everything you need to know about people to you at this time. Your gifts are in a heightened place, okay? Your gifts have grown is what I heard. What's grief, gifts, and distance? We got the engineer, okay? So you have the ability to give creative energy a practical expression, you know. You have a talent for designing resolutions to common dilemmas. You know how to get yourself out of like times where you feel mentally and emotionally unstable. You really truly have learned how to grow and how to heal and how to bounce back from any and everything that you may go through, you know. And I feel like these mentally and emotionally unstable people around you have a reliance on mechanistic solutions without a regard for emotional consequences, you know. It's like they're even willing to put themselves in danger in order to attack you or in order to get around you and be in your energy so that they can get a piece of your just desserts or what it is that's meant to come for you. And they fuck up the minute that they come in and they're not in a genuine place, okay? What's distance, the wrath, and memory? We got the healer, okay? The minute they come for the healer, they get the wrath of God, okay? Trying to take advantage of those who need help and failing to care for themselves, you know. Like, these are scam artists, people who don't really have any morals or any true values about life, you know. Yeah, some bullies, okay? Think they can come in and bully you, you know. Think they can come in and like try to play you in some sort of way. But you got that Midas touch. Everything that you touch turns to gold. And that could include them if they had pure intentions coming in to you. But it's like I heard like judgment, you know. Like, these mentally, emotionally unstable people, like, they judge you prematurely. You don't look like you don't look like a high honor starseed that's single, sexy, and successful to them, you know. because they have built their views around, money. So when they see you, they just see somebody they can play with, somebody's energy that they can snatch. But they got you fucked up. Just like I said in Archangel Michael's reading. What's engineer and healer, okay? We got the king, okay? Because you're royalty. That's what they really should see. But they don't see this royal energy on you until you're gone. They don't see that you're enlightened. They don't see that you hold the ability to be a benevolent leader. They don't see that everybody that comes into contact with you or spend time around you, or is in a relationship with you, benefits from being around your energy until they leave, okay? When they fall, okay? I heard fall from grace. Walking away from you is just like falling from grace. And people fall on their ass hard when they leave you, okay? And that's why they be breaking their neck and focusing on you and spying on you and trying to figure out how they going to get back around. In their mind, it might not even make sense, but their soul and their ancestors know they need you around. These people got excessive feelings of entitlement, okay? If they were to be put in a leadership position or to be put in a position to rule something, they would do it without restraint, and they would take advantage of the little people and step on people to get to a higher place. So that means they cannot be trusted with your energy or the energy of anyone else's until they heal that within them that tells them they need to step on the heads of others to get higher in life. What's healer and bully? We got child wounded, okay? These are wounded children out here trying to play games with your grown ass. They blaming all their dysfunctional relationships on their childhood wounds, but refusing to heal those wounds and to move forward through forgiveness. And that's the real reason why they're not getting anywhere, why they're mentally and emotionally unstable. Because they're still suffering from all of these things that have gone on in their life in the past that they refuse to face or that they refuse to heal. And when these people come into your energy, you awaken their compassion and their desire to serve. You remind them that they are wounded children and they have a lot of work to do within themselves. And that shit burns, okay? That is the light of the sun that you shine on them and have them feeling all exposed. And then their life goes all crazy in the right way, but they don't have the right mentality. They're not tapped into the divine, so they don't understand the upheaval. So they assume that you are the thing that's going wrong in their life. But really, you're the thing that's going right in their life. You're the thing that activates catalysts in their life in order for them to change and meet you in the energy that you're in. So they just focus on you because they don't have this kind of knowledge. They just focus on you and try to attack you and try to take what it is that you have when they don't even realize that them being in your energy alone is already healing them to the place where you are. Yeah, we got slave, okay? They're a slave to themselves and they don't even know. A slave to their own wounds and lower vibrational energies that they're holding within themselves. So continue to focus on yourself, okay? And to trust the things that the divine is showing you. And don't be resistant when they're removing people from your life or changing things around in your life, okay? Because everybody don't appreciate the benefits that come with the healing energy that you carry, and everybody don't deserve that shit. What's the king, the engineer, and the healer? Let's get the vibes back up. This came out for Archangel Michael too. And I shuffled this deck. Let me shuffle it again. But let me tell you first. 10 things that bring you joy, Bring more joy in your life. Focus on the energy of joy. This talks about like journaling or, thinking about the things that bring you joy. Smelling flowers, the purring of a cat, going for a walk, going to the beach. Think about those things and really hold that energy of joy. Hold that energy of happiness in order to help you to speed up your manifestations, or to bring you an energy of clarity. Because we get that clarity when we find ourselves back in a happy place, right? As long as we're anxious and we're worried and we're, feeling like people are attacking us and we're like really not completely balanced, we're not getting any answers, right? We're just trying to find and figure out, like, did I do something wrong? And, we're questioning ourselves in all of these different steps before we get to a place of calm where spirit can actually talk to us and tell us the truth. So after things happen or after you deal with mentally and emotionally unstable people, it's really important that you just by all means, feel what you feel, go through your process, but try to get to a place where you're more calm. Try to bring yourself back to that place of joy so that spirit can make things clear for you. Always cleanse your energy if you're feeling over anxious, or if you feel like, things aren't making sense, or you feel an energy of confusion, because God does not work from a place of confusion. God is in the silence. God is clarity, really and truly. It says money. Think of money as a resource like air, okay? You could be worried about money, okay? Change the way that you think about your money. It says, think of money as a resource like air. You breathe in and you breathe out. There is always enough air. Most people never feel as if they have enough money. There is always a feeling of lack around the word. Change the word. Try calling money a different name. I pay my bills with green energy. I have enough resources to pay my bills. I am so happy I have enough pink bananas. Notice that when you change the word, you change your energetic connection to money, okay? And I'm getting this energy like these mentally, emotionally, and unstable people having that attachment to money still, right? So being attracted to the wrong people because they're more attracted to the money than they are to the people. Being attracted to the wrong jobs, the wrong careers, the wrong divine journeys because they're more attracted to the money than they are to what it is that they're really truly supposed to be doing for God. Yeah, we got released, okay? So it says, when you're upset or frustrated, holding on to the negative emotion lowers your vibration. To release it, journal about your feelings, talk to a friend, or confront the problem. After you release the emotion, your vibration will be elevated. If you keep going back to the problem in your mind, you will keep lowering your vibration. Focus on what is going right instead. Remember, a release of emotion is not a low vibration. It is just a different vibration, okay? So we got flow, okay? It says the more you resist the current of change, the harder the current pushes. If you hold on to the grass on the side of the river, not wanting to move, you will be battered by the strong current. If you float in the middle of the river, the current is gentle and you float easily downstream. Aim for the path of least resistance and go with the flow. And he's giving me this energy like, holding on to a situation or being resistant when you're being guided to let go of that situation only leaves you in more turmoil, or it just allows you to be in that place longer and get beat up even more. So just release. Don't hold on to anything. And let these people focus on you if they want to. Because at the end of the day, they can't stop you from doing anything. And if they were smart, they would really be focused on their own selves and on their own journey. Because you already straight, baby. You already all the way up. You already on your way to where it is that you need to go. Whether you perceive yourself to be that or not. You don't need anybody else to validate you or to help you grow, okay? You are the ever unfolding rose. Your entire life, your entire journey is focused around your evolution and the way that you walk the journey and how much joy and beauty you're able to find in this life before this very short life is no longer. So cherish every great moment that you have. And in those times of anxiety or worry or fear or sadness, connect to the divine and try to find as much joy as you possibly can. And hold on to that thing for dear life and just go with the flow. Understand that change is always going to happen. It is a constant. One of like the only things we know for sure in life is going to happen is change, okay? And it's all about the way that you deal with the change and how you see the change. And that is what enables you to operate out of the full spectrum of your gifts, or of the energy that you've been blessed with, to operate out of. Like this beautiful energy you're meant to express. It's amazing. You could be doing a lot of root chakra healing or focusing on your root chakra, maybe listening to some root chakra sound bowls. Also, this energy of you getting grounded, okay? Get grounded. Always recenter yourself. Always come back to that higher vibrational life force energy that you hold within yourself. And it'll make any and all difficult situations seem a lot less difficult, right? Because you were centered and grounded through it, even though you had your feelings or you had your moments in that situation. You're still dealing with things a lot better than you used to. So make sure that you take the time to give yourself credit within those difficult times is also the energy I'm getting from him saying that, okay? We got creating heaven on earth by honoring the perfection of nature's cycles, going beyond the judgment of good and bad, the merging of duality, raw nature, earth wisdom, connecting to ancestors, shadows as the fertile soil for exponential growth. The way forward is in the whisperings of the land, honoring the full spectrum of life, okay? It says, what does heaven on earth look like to you? Do you imagine lush green nature, ancient forests, pristine beaches, crystalline water systems, and all the planet's all the pleasant, and all the planet's residents in full health, living in harmony with each other? And yet nature in its purest, rawest form is a balance of life and death, growth and decomposition, the eaters and the eaten. In one way or another, this is the natural flux of life. We already live in Eden, but our efforts to own and segregate brings us further away from this paradigm, okay? Power trips, the need for imagined security, fear or avoidance of the shadow keep us out of our freedom. The need to persevere and hold on tightly only stunts our growth and leaves us drowning in a sea of plastic. The real dis-ease on earth, the barrier to Eden, is in our minds. Life happens, but it is our perception of good and bad and our black and white judgments that prevent us from seeing the grander truth. And when you focus on yourself and you have a very positive view about yourself, it literally improves the view of the people on the outside of you, even when secrets about them are being revealed. Just how I broke down to you why the mentally and emotionally unstable people do the things that they do and act the way that they act, they break this down to you to where you understand it, and you're still able to operate from a place of love for those energies and people who are still growing and growing into who they are, and even to those who choose not to grow and who are okay with receiving the wrath of God. It says the need to persevere. Okay, it says when duality becomes one, we will find Shambhala before us. Perhaps we can find inspiration from nature and the animal kingdom. Does the tiny frog spend its days anxious over its vulnerable future? What happens when we realize fertile compost greets us when we allow ourselves to transmute our pain? When we honor all that came before, our roots are nourished and we grow with more vitality, vibrancy, and life force. We can anchor more light for the collective and in turn seed new growth. What happens when we realize the keys to our future are in the wisdom of the earth and the dreamings of the indigenous? That the answers are in the geometry of the macro and microcosm, the nurturing embrace of oneness in Mama Nature's arms. Okay, That was a question mark at the end. What happens when we find peace within the full spectrum of life? Even the notion of separation, this disease, can be symbolized as no more than a blackened leaf on a healthy tree. The ebb and flow of our evolution and de evolution is a temporary blip in the universe. The message is to be what we can to ground heaven on earth, but not out of fear. We often try to avoid or run from negative situations, but when fear steers our decisions and actions, far more devastation can result. When we choose to let our hearts lead us away from stories and outdated patterns, our challenges become the fertile compost that feeds our ascending tendrils as they reach to the heavens and ground its light back to earth. So the divinatory meaning says, step out of the black and white mentality of judgment. Go beyond the concepts of good and bad. This card invites you to honor the full spectrum of life and to find a new way of perceiving your situation. When we judge something, we create a story around it. These stories often create limitations. Subconsciously, we gather so many of these stories over a lifetime. To heal our dis-ease and crystallize the new way, we need to create a space of no story where miraculous healing can happen. This space empowers us to be all we are and allows us to know our truth, you know? And I can totally relate to this, okay? To creating these stories about life or about what's happening or about why this person or that person, and that's where we go to, right? Why they're doing what they're doing, right? That's the place we go to when we're anxious and where secrets are being revealed, you know. We have gaps in the story and we try to fill the story in to make it a more like palatable explanation as to why people do the things that they do, you know. But if you just continue to focus on yourself, then you can go so much further, okay? And like I said before, like, just don't worry so much about other people that are focused on you, because they should be focused on themselves too. And the fact that they're not makes them mentally and emotionally unstable, and they don't always meet you with the best energy. But it doesn't mean that you have to get angry at them or judge them or try to attack them because of what they're doing. They're just in a place of misunderstanding. They've been de-evolving and they have all of these things built up subconsciously that they're too afraid to face. So you just stay out of a place of fear. You continue to go with the flow and release those people who are mentally and emotionally unstable and too afraid to do anything about it. It says, embrace the full spectrum of creation in all her colors and the raw, muddy, earthbound shadow parts of a situation to determine whether they are actually bad or if stories you have held onto are limiting your perspective, you know. Because, you know, love is the perfect example here, right? We'll get into a love situation or whatever, you know, and we'll have a past too, you know. We'll know exactly what it feels like to, like, be in love with two people or to, like, you know, walk away from one person to go to another person that we think it's better and then regret it later. We have these experiences in our lives, but we'll still judge the shit out of somebody else who is just going through the motions of their own life and who's just where they are, you know, right? We'll be like making it will be sometimes, you know, judging these people so hard, like they're making the decisions that they're making in order to hurt us, but it's really not that. They're just in a place of self-sabotage, in a place where they are inflicting the pain on themselves, but we'll take that and internalize it just because things aren't going the way that we want it to go, and we get all anxious and we get all sad and we get all upset, and then we're kind of off course a little bit because we're not focusing on ourselves in a positive way because we're too busy trying to blame ourselves just because of where somebody else is on their journey, you know. So, you know, and I mean, that fits into any other situation, but I'm just saying that as an example, you know. It's not always about you, or it's not always, like, sometimes people that come into your life, they're not always a part of your just desserts. They don't always mesh with you energetically the way that you want them to or the way that you think they should, and maybe they have the potential within themselves to do so, but not right now, you know. So it's like, in those situations, you need to choose, okay, do I want to wait for this person to heal? Do I want to wait, you know, potentially a lifetime for somebody to heal and change and meet me where I'm at? Or do I just want to move forward and trust that if they're supposed to come back around, that God will bring them around when they're ready, you know? Don't be afraid to release situations out of fear, my love, because it just causes more upheaval in your life. And sometimes people are receiving that wrath, and you're not meant to be anywhere around when they receive that, because they need to get that ass whooped and learn a couple of lessons before they're able to come in and benefit from your gifts or from this beautiful starseed energy that you have to offer. You know, it's not a crime to be mentally and emotionally unstable. So just like give people the benefit of the doubt. It doesn't mean, like, to give people the benefit of the doubt doesn't mean you have to keep entertaining them in a negative way or whatever, you know. It just means that you understand where they are and you honor that part of their journey, and you recognize that your journey doesn't match that part of their journey, and you give them space in order to deal with the part of the journey that they're in. So with that, my love, I'm done. I hope you got something that you needed out of this, that you have a happy, fabulous, wonderful, and amazing day, and I will see you later, my love. Bye.